Welcome to Head Full of Radio, where a longtime Radiohead fan goes through the whole recorded discography alongside his friend, who's only familiar with the song Creep. Will we agree on the songs? Can I convert him into a fan? Let's find out.
Welcome to episode 118 in the middle of Kid A. I am Andrew, and that's Nico.
Yes, hello everyone. I'm still super enthusiastic about this whole album. And I remember last album being almost a bit bummed that it'd come to an end. It's the album that you sent me, and I was like, how is anything gonna compete? But so far, we are very much in it. And I'm kind of waiting, because I wonder if you said obviously everything in its right place. The way they spoke about it, that this has to be the opener. Kid A is obviously the title track. So I feel like they're big hitters. And so I'm wondering how much that can maintain. But excited to see either way.
Well, today we are listening to the National Anthem.
Oh, no. Okay.
Thom Yorke wrote this bass line when he was 16.
Oh, wow.
In late 1997, they recorded drums and bass, intending to develop it as a B-side for OK Computer, but they saved it for this one.
Oh.
So they returned to it in 1999. Yorke played the bass, and his vocals were processed with the modulator, very much like the last one. Johnny added his weird Ondes Martineau and sounds sampled from radio stations. Ed said, it's a very ill-disciplined way of recording. You're adding things to the stew as well as rejecting things, and then you come back to the song with fresh ears.
Mm.
So in November of 1999, they recorded a horn section playing free jazz inspired by the organized chaos of Charles Mingus.
That was a very confusing sentence, but okay.
Thom Yorke and Johnny Greenwood directed the musicians to sound like a traffic jam.
Huh.
According to Thom, he jumped up and down so much during his conducting of the band that he broke his foot.
There's an image. Wow.
Yeah. So they're trying to convey the feeling of angry people trapped in a lift or traffic.
Oh, I hate that. I hope I don't feel that listening to this too much.
So we're going to pop into Kid A, and you and I. So there were no music videos for this album. There were some, but you and I will be watching a live performance of this with Chase when they did Saturday Night Live. So,
oh, cool.
Yeah, here are you. Are you ready?
I don't know. The way you've described that has got me a bit nervous, but let's do it.
Here comes the National Anthem.
Go!
I guess if they've titled it the National Anthem, I'm guessing it's not coming from a very patriotic sense, so I guess it makes sense.
I'm looking it up.
So far, very cool.
That's Thom on the bass.
This is very cool. This is a vibe.
Yeah.
I wish this was the National Anthem. It's definitely got me bopping.
I just found a quote of Ed saying they rehearsed this song originally when they were rehearsing for the Bends.
Oh.
So it's that old.
Wow.
Yeah.
And again, so far this is giving more, besides this weird alien spooky stuff, it's more classic Radiohead, I suppose.
A little bit, yeah.
Okay, obviously we've got, the vocals have been modulated. But but still more normal, I feel like, than what we've had so far.
Right.
See, the lyrics are kind of describing what you were saying about the being trapped in a lift.
How do you
But I
feel
don't know
about
that I've necessarily... maybe this is Richard started to come in. I guess this is now that capturing that feeling a bit better.
Yeah.
Where it's just a bit like... okay, now I'm a bit claustrophobic with it. It's like, you know that feeling when sometimes you just really need to get like your top off or something,
Yeah.
or like a jacket off, and it's like excruciating and you can't wait a second longer, and you're struggling and frustrated and wrestling with yourself because like you've got to come off right away.
Yeah.
I feel like
you're
that's
stuck down here.
I'm getting elements of that. It's cool though. That's why I just go to work for this album. And then we return. Damn. Lots of screaming was music.
Yeah.
Oh, I have a hair in my hand. I'm trying to think what this reminds me of.
Just anger and
Yeah.
being trapped and nausea and anxiety.
It definitely is giving something that was conducted.
Yeah.
It is almost like, you know, when you've got like a, what's it called? Like a kettle boiling.
Mm-hmm. That's
like
a great idea.
screams.
Yeah. Yeah.
Reaching fever pitch. Oh, now you're getting a bit more National Anthem going on.
There you go. And how do you feel about that one?
Yeah, I almost can't remember. I feel like it took me on such a journey that I can't almost remember where I started off. But I feel like, no, it's got that classic like bass throughout, which was very cool at the beginning and sounded a bit more classic Radiohead. But then obviously we had the slow kind of creep of like that claustrophobia that I mentioned.
Yep.
And like the, I guess, frustration and the like going through it. So I feel like overall I would probably give that an 8.5. But I'm just still very curious with how everything's going to come together for the rest of the album, because I feel like I'm waiting for there to... I feel like there's got to be a few that are just like a bit of a miss, especially with something that is a bit more experimental. But so far, can't complain.
I give this one kind of an ed in that, not that it's the not that I would say that it's the worst song of our journey so far, just that it's so abrasive after the sort of interesting flow we've got going with the first two tracks. But it's almost like, to me, it's like that this is here to wake you up kind of deal.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Like, pay attention, yeah.
We've let you settle into this weird mellow thing you've got going on. And guess what? It's time to wake the hell up.
Right. Cymbal crash, like, not so far.
Yeah. So I think that's kind of why I give it an ed. Not because I think it's exactly where it needs to be, and it's the perfect song for where it is.
Cool.
But I think it comes off live better for me than it does on the album.
Very cool.
Yeah. So that's that for that one.
The National Anthem, there you have it.
Yeah. Thank you so much, sir. We will see you next week.
See you next week.
This podcast is recorded on Discord and is edited in GarageBand. The intro and outro music are Radiohead covers and can be found on Spotify under the band Lift. That's Lifte, with F as in Foxtrot. Also, find us on TikTok and Vimeo under the name @Headful of Radio.